show you how to make the make one below right and the make one below left stitches. These are both increase stitches and they both lean different ways. The make one below right, I'm getting ready to increase. I'm going to, the stitch I have not worked yet, I'm going to lift the bar right here. I'm going to put it on the needle and I'm going to knit into it. And then I'm going to knit the stitch. I've got one increase stitch. I'm going to knit one. I'm going to show you again. Make one below right. I've got my stitch I have not worked. You see the row that comes around, the bar, that yarn that comes around from the previous stitch. I'm going to lift that, put it on my needle, knit through it, knit one. That's how you make the make one below right. I'm going to go ahead, knit one, knit two. The make one below left, you're going to knit a stitch, then you're going to, here's the stitch I just worked in. I'm going to pick up this loop right here from the previous row. Pick that up and knit it. And I've got an increased stitch. Again, I'm going to show you, I've knitted a stitch. I'm going to go down into the previous row and pick up the bar right here. Oops, not one to pick up. There we go. Pick up the bar. My yarn has lots of little extra snagglies. And knit through that. And knit to the end of the row. Let me purl a row and I'll show you how those look. This is a stitch that I really like to use when I want it to be basically an invisible stitch. They do lean a little bit, but they're not very noticeable. And I like to have them leaning towards the center of my fabric when I'm working on my shawls. And you can see, there are my increased stitches in these rows, and they are basically invisible. You can't hardly see where they have altered the fabric at all. These are the make row lefts over here, and these are the make below rights over here on this side. And that's how you make the make one below stitch.